There are games that look good, and then there are games that make you stop playing just to stare. Every reflection, every particle of dust, every ripple on the water feels like a love letter to visual perfection. In 2025, the line between game and reality is thinner than ever. Unreal Engine 5, path tracing, next-gen lighting, developers are rewriting what realism even means. So, today we're counting down the top 10 games with the best graphics updated 2025, from jaw-dropping open worlds to cinematic masterpieces that redefine immersion itself. Whether you play on PC, PlayStation, or Xbox, these are the visual heavyweights that prove games are the new frontier of art and technology. Let's start the countdown, and trust me, by number 1, you'll question what's real and what's rendered. Number 10, The Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion Remastered. It's not every day that a 2006 legend gets a second sunrise, but Oblivion Remastered isn't just nostalgia polished, it's a full resurrection. Rebuilt in Unreal Engine 5, the lush forests of Cyrodiil now breathe with life. Sunlight filters through ancient ruins, shadows dance across the Imperial City's marble walls. You can almost feel the chill of the Jural Mountains as you ride through them, watching rays of light pierce the mist. The remaster doesn't stop at prettier textures. Every spell glow, every weather shift, and every reflection feels handcrafted for modern hardware. And yes, it bundles Knights of the Nine and Shivering Isles, letting you relive every corner of Tamriel's most ambitious chapter yet. Still, fans are split. Some claim the Unreal overhaul finally makes Oblivion look the way we always imagined it. Others argue that no amount of visual fidelity can mask the quirks of a 20-year-old design philosophy. But love it or question it, there's no denying this. Oblivion Remastered proves that great art ages gracefully, especially when lit by next-gen magic. If you thought revisiting Cyrodiil looked sharp, wait till you see our next entry, where lighting and reflections push the envelope even further. Number 9, Senua's Saga, Hellblade II. Few games dare to blur the line between film and gameplay quite like this one. Senua's Saga Hellblade II is less of a sequel and more of a sensory experience. Built in Unreal Engine 5, every frame feels like a studio-crafted shot. The volcanic cliffs of 9th century Iceland loom in the fog, wind slicing through the soundscape as raindrops beat across Senua's face in impossible detail. The facial capture? Uncanny. You don't just see emotion, you feel the tremble, the doubt, the rage beneath her eyes. Released on PC and Xbox in 2024 and later on PS5 in August 2025, the enhanced update brought global illumination, dynamic weather, and volumetric clouds that make every step through the darkness feel disturbingly real. It's as if Ninja Terry built an entire cinematic toolkit inside a nightmare. But not everyone is fully convinced. Some critics argue that while the visuals reach near film quality, the combat sometimes steps aside for spectacle. The debate rages on. Can pure graphical artistry outweigh gameplay depth? Or does Hellblade 2 prove that visual storytelling is gameplay when done right? Either way, it's a haunting masterpiece that shows how emotion and technology can merge into something truly unsettling. And from Iceland's brooding wilds, we travel to a neon-lit city where every reflection, shadow, and hologram tells a story of tomorrow. Number 8, Cyberpunk 2077, Phantom Liberty. Welcome back to Night City, where neon lights don't just glow, they breathe. Every reflection, every billboard flicker, every drop of rain sliding down chrome feels handcrafted for the future of visual storytelling. With full ray tracing, DLSS 3.5, and even DLSS 4, Phantom Liberty transforms an already stunning world into something close to photoreal. Shadows bend with precision, glass refracts light like real crystal, and wet asphalt mirrors the chaos of a city that never sleeps. This isn't just a tech showcase. It's NVIDIA and CD Projekt Red flexing their muscle to prove what modern hardware can truly do. The expansion's overhaul to path tracing and ray reconstruction made Cyberpunk one of the first true benchmarks for next-gen realism, a digital city alive with density, depth, and danger. Even the smallest details, a flickering streetlight, a passing drone, or the smoke from a neon bar, all feel rendered with intent. But here's the catch. Few can experience it in full. These breathtaking visuals demand serious hardware, leading to an ongoing debate. Are we chasing beauty at the cost of accessibility? For some, Phantom Liberty represents the pinnacle of progress. For others, a reminder that the future still isn't evenly distributed. If Cyberpunk shows what the future looks like, our next game shows what a lush post-apocalyptic wilderness can look like when scaled up to mythic proportions. Number 7, Horizon Forbidden West Complete Edition. In a world where machines have claimed the wild, Horizon Forbidden West stands as a visual symphony, every frame a painting in motion. This isn't just a game, it's a living ecosystem where skies bloom, oceans shimmer, and sunlight dances across Aloy's armor as if nature itself was running on a PS5. The sheer scale is staggering, massive draw distances that let you see mountains breathing on the horizon, forests ripple in the wind, metal beasts glint beneath the sun, and through it all a perfect balance of rich vegetation, dynamic weather, and reflections that make every 60 FPS frame look like a high-end tech demo come to life. The PC version pushed things even further, advanced tweaking options, improved textures, and pristine performance tuning that makes the already gorgeous world shine on ultra-wide screens. Gaming Trend even called it a beauty of the wilds, and it's easy to see why. But here's where the debate begins. Some players argue Horizon's magic lies more in its art direction than raw realism. Its colors are too lush, its machines too fantastical. Yet maybe that's the point. Because while realism fades, style endures, and few worlds feel as vibrant or meticulously crafted as this one. From machines in the wild to mythic gods in frozen realms, our next entry climbs even higher into a saga that defines cinematic scale itself. Number 6, God of War Ragnarok. Few games capture scale quite like God of War Ragnarok. It's a journey through 9 realms, each one carved, lit, and animated with the precision of a Hollywood epic. Every swing of Kratos' axe feels like it could split the sky, and every snowflake that lands on his armor seems individually rendered by the gods themselves. Running in native 4K at 60 FPS on PS5, Ragnarok delivers that rare balance of cinematic beauty and responsive gameplay. The lighting glows with next-gen realism, skin textures and cloth physics shimmer under icy winds, and the environments, from frozen tundras to molten caverns, are alive with minute, handcrafted detail. When it arrived on PC, those visuals ascended even further. Higher resolution assets, ultra-wide support, and customizable performance options turned it into one of the most stunning cross-gen titles ever released. Gaming Trend even noted that it's not just beautiful, it's an artistic triumph in motion. But here's the interesting divide. Because Ragnarok began its life as a PS4 title, some critics argue it doesn't fully tap into PS5's muscle. Does that make it less deserving of best graphics? Or does it prove that great art direction transcends hardware boundaries? Maybe Ragnarok's real strength isn't raw tech, it's emotional weight rendered in pixels and frost. And now we climb into the top half of our list. Next up, a remastered world soaked in shadow, gothic architecture, and cinematic horror that refuses to age quietly. Number 5, The Callisto Protocol. Space horror rarely looks this beautiful or this terrifying. The Callisto Protocol plunges you into a grim, alien prison colony where every shadow, droplet, and scream feels uncomfortably real. It's a game that refuses to compromise between fear and spectacle, proof that even in darkness, art direction can shine. Every corridor glistens with photorealistic grime, every flashlight beam slices through volumetric fog like a horror movie shot on an IMAX lens. Character faces twitch with micro-expressions, sweat and blood mix under cinematic lighting, and the animations, from slow, dreadful footsteps to bone-crunching takedowns, push motion capture to the brink. Despite launching earlier, the Callisto Protocol still ranks in best graphics discussions for 2025. Its lighting, materials, and atmospheric rendering rival the biggest next-gen showcases, reminding us that realism isn't just about pixels, it's about mood. And now we leave the cold void of Callisto behind, because up next we step into ancient myth, where realism meets divine storytelling, and the line between history and art starts to blur. Number 4, Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. When you think visual showcase, you probably imagine sci-fi skylines or mythic realms, but Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii flips that script. Here, the sun-drenched islands of Hawaii become a stage for technical brilliance. Every palm tree sways in the trade winds, every reflection glints off wet asphalt after a tropical rain, and the ocean, shimmering in real-time lighting, could fool you into thinking it's a drone footage. The Dragon engine flexes in ways few expected. Massive open environments, rich character detail, and dynamic lighting in weather create a world that feels warm, vibrant, and alive, after the series once called home. And yet the polish remains unmistakably Yakuza, expressive faces, cinematic framing, and the kind of attention to detail that turns side alleys and beach bars into visual set pieces. Critics have called it one of the best-looking games of 2025, even while supporting last-gen hardware. Proof that artistry and optimization can coexist when the vision's strong enough. Of course, the usual debate followed. Some fans claim those visuals came at a cost: reused animations, familiar systems, the occasional cut corner. But even then, it's hard to deny Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii looks so good, you might just forget to fight and stop to stare. And now we sail into the top 3, where the line between game and pure cinematic spectacle doesn't just blur, it disappears.
Number 3, Assassin's Creed Shadows. For years, fans begged for, and Ubisoft finally answered. Assassin's Creed Shadows takes us deep into feudal Japan, where stealth meets artistry and every gust of wind tells a story. But here's the real marvel. It's not just the swordplay or scenery, it's the air itself. The game's groundbreaking Atmos system simulates wind as a living force. Leaves swirl underfoot, fabric and hair respond naturally to every breeze, and sunlight filters through drifting clouds with film-like precision. Rain pools, dust dances, and shadows stretch dynamically as the seasons shift. A world breathing right in front of you. Powered by next-gen ray tracing and physically based rendering, Shadows captures the kind of visual poetry most games only hint at. It's not just about realism, it's about atmosphere. That invisible sense of life that makes every stealth kill, every quiet walk through bamboo forest feel like a moment plucked from cinema. Critics and players alike have taken notice. Even PC Gamer and Reset-era threads rank it among the most visually stunning releases of 2025. Yet perfection comes at a price. Console players have reported performance dips, sparking the eternal debate: would you rather have flawless beauty or flawless frame rates? And now, only 2 remain. Up next, a title that gamers across forums simply call the best-looking game of the generation. Number 2, Black Myth: Wukong. Some games impress you, and others make you sit back in disbelief. Black Myth: Wukong doesn't just aim for realism, it aims for legend. Inspired by the timeless journey to the west, this is a myth brought to life. Every mountain peak, every divine temple, every shimmering scale on a creature looks painted by the gods themselves. Rendered in Unreal Engine 5, the level of fidelity here borders on surreal. Dust motes drift through beams of light, fur physics ripple with motion, and boss battles unfold like choreographed epics. Each scene feels handcrafted, cinematic, and unapologetically next-gen. It's the kind of game where you can pause anywhere and instantly have a desktop wallpaper, a visual feast that turns Chinese folklore into something both ancient and futuristic. The hype is massive, and for good reason. Even without a long franchise legacy, Wukong's already a visual benchmark, dominating 2025's best graphics lists and PC performance showcases. But fans debate whether it can sustain that polish through full release. Can ambition truly hold steady when gameplay, performance, and art all collide? And now, we arrive at number 1. A title so far ahead of its time, the developers still study its lighting, animation, and physics, the undisputed king of graphical realism. Number 1, Red Dead Redemption 2, Next Gen and PC. There's realism, and then there's Red Dead Redemption 2, a world so tangible, so heartbreakingly beautiful that it blurs the line between digital craft and human memory. Even years later, no other game has captured nature's soul like this one. The next-gen and PC versions take that brilliance further: upgraded lighting, path trace perfections, volumetric clouds that breathe with the weather. Every sunrise feels like a painting, every thunderstorm a memory you can almost feel. Rockstar's attention to detail borders on obsession. Mud clings to boots, snow folds under weight, faces wrinkle, eyes glisten, and light bends naturally through campfire smoke. It's not just visual fidelity, it's visual storytelling. The dust, the sweat, the flicker of guilt in Arthur's eyes, it all means something. Even tech reviewers and artists agree this isn't just one of the best-looking games ever made, it's a benchmark for emotional realism. Other games reach for spectacle, Red Dead 2 simply breathes. And that's why, even in 2025, it still stands unchallenged, a masterpiece of art, technology, and heart. From the neon jungles of Night City to the frozen peaks of the Nine Realms, these 10 worlds remind us why gaming is the most powerful art form of our time. Each one pushes the limits of imagination, and every frame tells a story. But what about you? Which game do you think deserves the crown for best graphics in 2025? Drop your pick in the comments, we'll be reading every single one. And if you love cinematic deep dives into gaming's most beautiful worlds, subscribe, because this is only the beginning.